Definitely bringing the Queen vibes with this one. And I don't know about you all, but I'm particularly a little bit worried about the realm and the implications of Nyx's arrival. Seems like she didn't have any trouble dealing with Azan. So I'm definitely curious to see how all the other champions are going to be dealing with Nyx.
She's definitely a force to be reckoned with. So, you know, I mean, not really, though. If you just join her side, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
She's got a great workout routine.
I know. Look at those thighs.
There you go.
Oh, here we go.
And she is
turnaround
big.
in game.
Yeah, she's tall.
She's big, she's shredded, and she's here to make mincemeat out of everyone. Good
Oh
luck.
my gosh, yeah. I am definitely afraid. And I love the wings here. They're kind of floating as well. Just a little bit of a hint to the power that Nyx is going to bring. But I know we're going to get ready to go in game and kind of talk about the kit. But let's listen to a couple voice lines for Nyx before we do.
Your savior queen has arrived. Feel free to grovel. The realm is a blank canvas waiting to be painted. I think a wash of red would do beautifully, don't you? Your corpse would make an excellent footstool for my throne.
Oh my goodness. She is definitely here to bring down some chaos, as both Cam and Steve alluded to. Let's go ahead and go in game, and we can quickly talk about all of the awesome stuff that Nyx is going to be bringing to the realm. And immediately,
She's a little big.
I don't see a weapon. She's a little big, little taller than all the other champions. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's not playing around.
This is insane. Not playing around. Well, let's talk about the passive first, which is going to be Queen of Change. Cam, what's going on with the passive for Nyx?
Yeah, so Nyx will gain a 20% bonus healing the closer to the objective she is. And she'll gain a static 10% bonus healing with maps that don't have that point or objective. Just so we encourage her to, you know, sit there, capture, and beat people down.
That's right, and I forgot to mention it. Nyx is a frontline, so that passive is definitely going to encourage her to be right in the middle of the fight, frontlining for her team, for sure. Well, let's talk about the weapon, which is Realm Breaker. Steve, talk to me about this, because it looks like she's just laying it down with her fists.
Yeah, turns out when you're that strong, you can just punch and people kind of get knocked over in front of you. So with Realm Breaker, punch and send out energy in an attack chain. It's going to be 3 lights and 2 heavies. The lights currently are dealing 175 damage, and the heavies are dealing 400 damage. The caveat to this, however, is your chain, right? This attack chain will reset to the first hit if you miss. So while there's no ammo and no reload, if you start your combo up and you miss, well, you're going to reset. And that's going to have to kind of temper your bloodlust a bit. But to encourage that swinging, if Nyx is within a close proximity of her target, she will deal an extra 75 damage a punch. So really just get in their faces and really just, you know, mangle them up a little bit.
I know, true frontline, right? Hop in, don't need a weapon, just bring the fists and whatever power that you've got internally, you just go with it. I really love this take on the weapon, it's really unique. As our driver here shows off the combos just a little bit more. Let's talk about the alt fire, which is going to be Rift Slash. Cam, what's going on with this one?
Yeah, so Nyx is going to send out a projectile that explodes on contact or after traveling 25 units and deals 200 damage. And then this rift is going to leave, this projectile is going to leave an Abyssal Rift, which slows enemies for 35% in 30 units before exploding again after 2 seconds. And then also the ability can be charged, causing the projectile to hit harder and travel further, and it can deal a max of 350 damage and travel 100 units.
Nice, I like it. I love the fact that you can charge it just in case you're farther away, just to kind of build up that power. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And I'll say the effects on that alt fire look really dope. I love the rift that it brings up when you hit. It's super cool.
She's bringing the Abyss to us too, in more ways than one.
I know. I love it. All right, well, let's talk about some abilities. Ability 1 is going to be Abyssal Fortress. What's this one do, Steve?
All right, well, as we so kindly been shown, it raises a shield at the target location, unlike most other shield characters, where so Nyx can defend her allies at different ranges, either putting it right in front of her or far away safe. The shield has 4,500 health and can be placed up to 90 units away. The shield does lose health, though, for every 30 units it's placed away from Nyx, indicated by that bar that shows up. So if you're putting it farther away, it may get a little weaker, but that's the price for utility.
For sure, that's really cool. I love the, giving the power to the players a little bit to kind of customize how they want to play. And I love the kind of trade-off that players will have to think about. Do I place the shield really close, maybe not get as much protection for as many members of my team, but have it full health and let everybody retreat? Or do I place the shield farther away to get it out immediately, but maybe it's not, the strongest shield? It's really cool.
Quick thinking, Nyx.
I know. All right, ability 2 is going to be Royal Presence. Cam, what does this ability do?
So Royal Presence, you're going to summon a poison aura for 6 seconds that poisons enemies for 5% of their max health over 6 seconds. While active, any damage Nyx takes is converted and dealt to her over the next 4 seconds evenly, with an additional damage refreshing the duration. Reactivating the ability ends the aura early, but sends out abyssal chains that will pull the enemies within 50 units towards Nyx and deal 100 damage.
Again, encouraging that frontline play. She just hops in, gets in face first, poisons them, stays really close. That's really awesome. All right, and then our last ability is going to be the ultimate, which is Chaos Nexus. And I'm going to throw to Steve to tell us all about what this ultimate is going to do.
Yeah. So, once again, no one is safe from Nyx, and the Abyss is coming for you if you like it or not. So, she will channel and become CC immune, and gain some damage resistance, and deal 100 damage in a radius around her, and pull enemies towards her. After she opens 2 rifts, essentially, she'll explode, and stun and damage enemies hit for 2 seconds, and deal 600 damage. You're on the point, you're fighting, they're gonna finally try and take it back with this big push, and suddenly they're all on you again and stunned. So, it's not the best place to be.
Definitely. It sounds like if a Nyx is in your game, you just need to be on the other side of the map, or you're just gonna get clapped.
11 would be their
She's definitely got control of that close game.
Yeah.
Quadra kill. I guess your 13 is
Nice.
their bad luck.
Well, that is all for Nyx when it comes to fires and abilities and ultimates. Let's quickly talk about the talents for Nyx. So each champion has 3 talents, as is the way in Paladins. And the first talent for Nyx is going to be Show of Force. Show of Force is going to allow Rift Slash to now knock back enemies hit by the projectile, resulting in the Abyssal Rift lasting 1 second longer than it normally would.
Become undone.
Any other notes on the first talent, Steve?
That's right. We should be able to equip it here if we have a moment. We can showcase it. But if regardless, the Rift Slash now have the ability to knock enemies back, and the residual portal lasts a second longer, right? So what that lets Nyx do is play a little bit more of a controlling game, and just kind of take control of the combat scenario, whether at long distance or close range. She can get people off her, or close off an area. It's going to make it difficult for enemies to play around her when she's able to CC them like this efficiently.
There we go.
There we go.
Yep, and it looks like we've got the talent equipped here, and you can see there's that knockback, and then the Rift lasts just a little bit longer too. Alright, the next talent is going to be Abyssal Breach. In Abyssal Breach, enemies that pass through Abyssal Fortress are going to be revealed and take 10% additional weapon damage from Nyx and her allies for 3 seconds. And then this also reduces the cooldown of Abyssal Fortress. Steve, what are some notes on Abyssal Breach? How would you use this talent successfully?
So Abyssal Breach really brings in this play style of engaging on Nyx is dangerous, or she can potentially cordon off an area by combining this talent and maybe her right click too, right? Because now if you have the shield on the point and the enemy front line wants to come engage with you, they're going to have to suffer this pretty significant debuff. And, it's not going to be the best time if you have to take 10% damage from the whole team just to get on the point. So it's going to maybe inspire some different play styles to get around her. Secondly, though, maybe you have a problematic flank or something like that. You place this, in a popular flank route or another popular location, and suddenly they're revealed. And your team can react and appropriately make a decision based on whatever they see. So this is a very controlling talent. It really lets Nyx, again, give information where she needs it.
Yeah, I didn't even think about the flank routes. My immediate thought was, I'm going to place this right in front of the point, and if people want to get to the point, they've got to walk through, and they're going to take increased damage. But that's a really good shout about maybe you place this on a popular flank route. That way, if there's a flank on the enemy team that's trying to get behind you all, you immediately see them and you can prepare for it. That's really cool. And there we go. We've got our driver showcase in the reveal here from Abyssal Breach. And then the final talent for Nyx is Subjugation. Subjugation is going to allow Royal Presence's reactivation. Not only hits the first enemy in its path, but its range is going to be increased by 50%, and it's going to root the enemy for 3 seconds instead of pulling them. Steve, talk to me about this last talent.
So we're going to see here with this playstyle is that Nyx has multiple ways that she can engage with and make that play space hers, right? So particularly now, instead of bringing all these enemies towards her, this is going to be a great tool for picking off people who are trying to get away from a fight after overextending, or you're trying to trace down that final kill. It's definitely going to allow Nyx to be a little bit more, how can I say, gotcha, You're trying to poke their enemy team, get in and out, and then suddenly you're caught. So it's going to be a little dangerous.
All right, well, that does it for talents. Before we talk about Nyx's, recolors and alternate skins that are going to be showing off in the cosmetics for Nyx, Steve, Cam, talk to me a little bit about Nyx. Do you all have any tips and tricks that you all saw from your testing, or just general thoughts on Nyx that players should know about when they pick her up in the realm? That way they can find success with her?
All right. I mean, yeah, I would say when you're playing Nyx, of course, stay on the point if you can. You'll be the most effective on the point, and your team will be the most effective at helping you. Nyx is very dependent on her team. She's a leader first and foremost, and a leader needs their army. Secondly, try and weave your Q and F cooldown, right? If you have your shield up, and then it goes down, you put your F up, you're really tanky and you're really durable again. And with some proper timing and some proper usage of your skills, you can just cycle those on and off, and you'll be a really difficult target to take down.
Cool. Well, I hope you all were taking notes, champions. You got some really wise words from Steve here on how to pick up Nyx and really dominate in the realm in your games going forward when this update goes live. But as with all champions, they've got a couple cosmetics that are coming in this newest update as well. We've got a standard recolor for Nyx, which is going to be Crimson Queen Nyx, that I'm really excited about. I love the reds here. This is great.
It really, it sells home. Maybe you were a little too close in combat, a little bloodied now. It's a good skin. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you stand out.
Stand out for sure.
Yeah, just big.
All right, and then Nyx is also going to be getting another skin in this update. It's Divine Matriarch Nyx. A little bit of a different vibe for Nyx, huh, Steve?
Yeah, it was. think about it in the before times. She wasn't always Queen of the Abyss. She once worked with the Pyre, and here we go. She had her own, aura to her back then. It's a little different now, but it gives you a little hint into the past, the far, far past.
Definitely. And I, for one, am a huge fan of just like the Pyre. I love the kind of whites, blues, and golds and kind of the angelic vibes they bring. The wings on this are absolutely incredible. This is great.
Mm-hmm. Though it may be a little more, regal or Pyre-like, but she will still punch your face into the ground. So don't get too awestruck when you're out there, champions. It is an amazing skill, though. I'm a huge fan of it. Been using it more often than not in our playtest.
Yeah, this one is great. And then lastly, we've got to talk about the mastery skin whenever we have a new champion. So we've got Golden Nyx headed you all's way when the update drops. Black and gold,
the gold
classic
really
color combo.
sticks with the purples.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
The face
Look at that
on this one especially is my favorite.
Yeah, this looks
golden
incredible.
Spikes, golden bones.
I love the gold metallic textures on the dress too, and the horns. Looks absolutely amazing.
Yep, big fan. Don't get don't get the 52 quick, everyone. Enjoy.
Yeah,
the
don't get the
process.
52 quick. Yeah, enjoy the ride. But when you do hit 50, you'll be able to get this awesome skin for sure.